They're not all mine. They're not all mine. What a wonderful venue. Oh, the middle of the Cotswolds. Thought I'd do a traditional English folk song, but updated for the 21st century. So gone are the lusty ploughboys and the unsuspecting milkmaids and the startled sailor boys. This is a song about a systems analyst and a geography teacher from Shoreditch who broke each other's hearts outside a Whole Foods supermarket while unfolding their folding bicycles. But it is miserable, so, it is a traditional English folk song. Anyway, it's called She Can't Recycle Michael and His Folding Bicycle. And if you can join in with the chorus, there's a prize. Implementing the attack, you forgot to love her back. Ethically right-ons should always leave the light on. Sitting holding hands, pulling labels off cans, plastic from paper, energy savers. Crying alone in the vegetable patch doesn't make you the perfect match. She can't recycle Michael and his folding bicycle. The planet they can save, but not the lover they made. Her heart is on a meter, doesn't do much to the liter. Everything runs out, that's what it's all about. Now how easy is that chorus? Isn't it? We'll give it a go. Can't recycle Michael and his folding bicycle. The planet they can save, but not the lover they made. Her heart is on a meter, doesn't do much to the liter. Everything runs out, that's what it's all about. Implementing the attack, you forgot to love her back. Ethically right-ons should always leave the light on. And all the seeds they scattered there got blown away to the air. She can't recycle Michael and his folding bicycle. The planet they can save, but not the lover they made. Her heart is on a meter, doesn't do much to the liter. Everything runs out, that's what it's all about. Whatever happened to the dream? How did they get so blue when they started out so green? And crying alone in the vegetable patch doesn't make you the perfect match. She can't recycle Michael and his folding bicycle. The planet they can save, but not the lover they made. Her heart is on a meter, doesn't do much to the liter. Everything runs out, that's what it's all about. Everything runs out, that's what it's all about. Thank you. Oh dear. There were some missing lyrics there, but you've never heard it before, so you won't miss them. Anyway, I've had a spectacular career for the last 40 years writing songs. I started when I was 11, spectacularly unsuccessful, and a friend of mine said, actually, if it's taken you 40 years to achieve that level of being average, if you put a monkey in a room with a keyboard and guitar, they'd probably achieve more. But anyway, I thought I'd try and shortcut the success, and a lot of famous songs seems to be from people's favourite expressions. So I thought, what the hell, I'll write a song based around my favourite expression. But unfortunately, it's unrepeatable really. So I went for my second favourite expression, which is every day's a school day. And little song about that. Does anybody want to know the first one? It is After the Watershed. Yeah. I used to work with this chap. I used to work on a farm, and every time he swore, he used to say this expression after it. And it was funny the first time, it was funny the 10th time, but after 3.5 years, it drove me nuts. But it was, "Bugger me," said the Queen of Sheba, "more in hope than in anger," and the king got killed in the rush. Like I say, it wasn't going to be a hit song, that, but anyway, this is called "Every Day's a School Day." Every day's a school day when you grow up. Every day's a school day when you grow up. When you leave the classroom, you don't know much. Still a lot to learn about life and love. Show me on the map where Africa is. Who built the arcs and the pyramids? How many rivets in the Golden Gate Bridge? Bridge, 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 bridge. Now every day's a school day when you grow up, up. Every day's a school day when you grow up. When you leave the classroom, you don't know much. Still a lot to learn about life and love. I sang this in Dorset last night, and they started to hand jive. Now maybe they're cutting edge, or maybe they're just catching up, but if you know how to do it, you're probably too young, feel free. All the compositions and the chemicals, Shakespeare, algebra, Newton's laws, sitting by a tree for an apple to fall, 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 fall. Now every day's a school day when you grow up, up. Every day's a school day when you grow up. When you leave the classroom, you don't know much. Still a lot to learn about life and love. Here we go, all you hand jives. Je suis au revoir, s'il vous plaît. How many stars in the Milky Way? Does any of the shit matter anyway? Hey, 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 now every day's a school day when you grow up, up. Every day's a school day when you grow up. When you leave the classroom, you don't know much. Still a lot to learn about life and love. Life and love. Life and love, life and love. Thank you. Oh, what a lovely place. Easy to get lost in it, though. It used to be a silent order of nuns, apparently. I wonder how they asked directions. A lot of hand signals. You know, go that way, go that way. Second room on the right. A lot of nuns doing that, no doubt. Who knows? Anyway, Tesco are stocking vinyl records again. There's a lot of vinyl records in the bar, around their 78 records, and I thought I'd dust this song off that I wrote in 1991. And 2 records on 45 made an impact on me in 1991. I had a nasty disease called negative equity, which took a long time to get rid of it, and my business was going bust. And my wife bought me "It Ain't Over Till It's Over" by Lenny Kravitz. Oh, I think she was talking about the state of the business. I think we're still together. And also was I was a farmer and I wasn't enjoying it, and I thought the key to success is to write a hit song. So I used to inflict my terrible songs on all these people in the record business. And one of them was a young man, called Simon Cowell, who phoned me one day in 1991 and said, "Congratulations, darling. You've got the next Sonita single." Now, if you work on a farm, being called darling takes a little bit of getting used to. And obviously, I've been on the periphery of showbiz a little bit. I can cope with it now. And to be honest, I quite enjoy it, to be honest. But Anyway, back in 1991, Simon had a record label called Fanfare, and Sunita was signed to it, and he said, "You've got the next single." So I punched the air and thought, this is it. This is the golden ticket. I said, "So when's it going to be out?" He said, no, the next one. I'm going to send you the next one in the post so you know how good she's going to be. And I got this little 45 of Sunita's cover of Love and Affection by Joan Armatrading, and it still sits in my living room as a reminder that you shouldn't spend it until you cashed it, because unfortunately Simon's label went bust on that single and we never got to the next one. And a friend of mine said, "Just think, if you'd been a better songwriter, he wouldn't have gone bust and there would have been no X Factor." I'd like to apologise for being average. Anyway, this is called Pearls in an Oyster Shell. And it goes like this. They met when the Beatles were bigger than Jesus, and the Rolling Stones ruled the world. Made love to Imagine, broke up to Angie, got back together to American Girl. They went through some hard times to Dobie Gray's Drift Away. Now that's a record that leaves you in no doubt. Like Little Feat's Willin', John Lee Hooker's Boogie Chillum. It's never what you put on it, it's what you leave out. They're real and they're raw, they're naked and pure. They're old friends that don't say farewell. There's something about taking a record from its cover. It's like when you discover a pearl in its shell. They got rackfuls of EPs, stackfuls of 33s, in cardboard boxes, on tables and on shelves, and fading at the edges, on creaking window ledges, snapshots of the past, little pieces of themselves. They say that the new stuff don't sound like the old stuff. It's digital, it's sampled, it's perfect and complete. Where's the singer breathing? Where's the engineer sneezing? And where's the tape hissing in the drummer's missing beat? They're real and they're raw, they're naked and pure. They're old friends that don't say farewell. There's something about taking a record from its cover. It's like when you discover a pearl in its shell. And it's all in their record collection. It's their family album for when they are old. And if disaster struck and they're down on their luck, be the first thing they'd save and the last to be sold. They're real and they're raw, they're naked and pure. They're old friends that don't say farewell. There's something about taking a record from its cover. It's like when you discover a pearl in its shell. There's something about taking a record from its cover. It's like when you discover a pearl in its shell. Thank you. Ooh, I had a set list and then forgot to bring it with me. In fact, my pre-gig preparation hasn't been great this week. I was lucky enough to play Glastonbury, only a little stage, and nobody knew about it apart from me. And need a better agent, that's for sure. And anyway, it's quite close to me, about an hour away, Glastonbury, and I was on about 12:30, and I thought, I'll cut the hedge before I go. As you do. Apparently Eric Clapton always does that. He always prunes his hedge before he turns up. But thought I'd cut the hedge. So I'm like this. And when I got to the stage, I kept on shaking, and a friend of mine said, "Are you nervous?" I went, "No, I've been hedge cutting, it won't stop, And last night I had a puncture when I got to the gig, so I changed the wheel before I went on stage. But tonight's been great. Well, so far it is, anyway. Anyway, this song is about sharing your name with someone famous. Anybody share their name with someone famous? No? Jeff Lynne? Well, nice to meet you, Jeff. Neil? So I've asked that question around the country, and somebody up in Bury St Edmunds said, put their hand up and said, Bernardo O'Higgins. Well, really? It's Bernardo O'Higgins. He said he's the ex-president of Chile. And I went, well, nice to meet you, Bernardo. And he went, no, my name's Derek O'Higgins. And I went, you're not getting this concept, it's both names. Oh, right. Somebody else put their hand up and said, my name's Nick Lowe. I've had a Paul Young in Leeds and also a Leonard Cohen in Croydon. And I couldn't believe it, but he insisted his name was Leonard Cohen. And but the best one was in Wimborne, and nobody put their hand up. Somebody sent me an email and said, dear Ian, we enjoyed your set, and I didn't put my hand up because it's blighted me all my life. Best wishes, Tina Turner. Yeah, she's in Wimborne. And last night, a man came up and said, I'm an accountant, and I've got a client called Ingrid Bergman. Now, that's impressive. Anyway, this is called Me Too, because I share my name with Ian Brown from the Stone Roses. Obviously, he's a high cheekboned, thin, good-looking sort of bloke with a lot of hair. And, yeah, we get mistaken for each other. Not in person, obviously. And it's caused a bit of confusion, hence I'm Ian W. Brown, because a few people have turned up to little folk shows expecting to see a bloke in baggy trousers from the Stone Roses, and have been really disappointed. And at Purbeck Folk Festival, which is a little festival on the south coast, two people that travelled down from Stockport made their feelings known quite loudly during my set. So I thought I'd write this song. I am Elton John, I'm a builder from Birmingham. Spend all day putting up walls, building homes I can't afford. I am David Gray, I'm a farmer from Galway Bay. Got divorced and I miss my kids, I hate the man my ex lives with. I am the other one, never made a living out of singing a song, not me. I sing for free. Hello me, hello you, nice to meet you, how do you do? Do you ever get lonely? Do you ever get blue? Do you ever get lonely? Me too, me too. I am Dr. Nora Jones, I mend Liverpool's broken bones. One exam I couldn't pass was how to fix my broken heart. And I am Robert Marley, I left Dundee to join the army. Lost my legs doing my job, and everybody calls me Bob. I am the other one, never made a living out of singing a song, not me. I sing for free. Hello me, hello you, nice to meet you, how do you do? Do you ever get lonely? Do you ever get blue? Do you ever get lonely? Me too, me too. I am Deborah Harry, I cut hair in the Rhondda Valley. My baby girl passed away, and I think about her every day. And I am Ian Brown, I am homeless in Camden Town. I used to own a market stall, but now I own nothing at all. Here we go. I am the other one, never made a living out of singing a song, not me. I sing for free. Hello me, hello you, nice to meet you, how do you do? Do you ever get lonely? Do you ever get blue? Do you ever get lonely? Me too, me too. Thank you. Me too. I was going to finish on a low, but I thought I'd do the low now, if that's all the same to you. So I had a great aunt called Aunt Marjorie, and she died in the mid-70s, but I used to see her when I was 7 or 8. And we used to think she was an eccentric old lady that whenever she said goodbye, she always used to hold on tight to you, never let you go. And we could only ever saw her on Tuesdays because she didn't like cooking Sunday lunch, and she ate leftovers on Monday and did the washing. So Sunday you went round and you had Bubble and Squeak, which was made of the leftovers on the Monday. Anyway, she was what they called a spinster. And I said to a relation, what's a spinster, when I was young? And they said, oh, it means she's never been kissed. You think, God, that's so sad. Anyway, when she passed away, they went through her papers, and they found that she'd had a baby just after the First World War that she'd have to give away. And there wasn't very many young men around then, so she never got married. And her family sent her on a painting course so that she could hide her shame. And so all her nieces had these beautiful pictures of wild birds. I told you it was miserable. It's got me going up here. But anyway, I thought I'd write a song about it. It's called Aunt Marjorie. And please join in if you can get it. But don't ruin it. Came round on Tuesdays for your Bubble and Squeak. Washing days were Mondays, leftovers to eat. Sixpence for the corner shop, sherbet or gum. They said you were a spinster, never thought that you'd been young. So no Romeo with a red rose to call your Valentine. When you bloomed between world wars, young men were hard to find. Now I know why, when we said goodbye, you held so tight to me. Love is cruel, but you were kind, Aunt Marjorie. When you finally left us, they cleared out your home, where they found a letter about the daughter you'd never known. Sent you to Stratford to hide your shame, where you painted pictures and so many bore your name. But no Romeo with a red rose to call your Valentine. When you bloomed between world wars, young men were hard to find. Now I know why, when we said goodbye, you held so tight to me. Love is cruel, but you were kind, Aunt Marjorie. Did you meet Rebecca? Was that joy denied? She would have been 50 on the day you died. Never would have happened if it happened today. You would have kept the little girl you gave away. But no Romeo with a red rose to call your Valentine. When you blew between world wars, young men were hard to find. Now I know why, when we said goodbye, you held so tight to me. Love is cruel, but you were kind, Aunt Marjorie. Love is cruel, but you were kind, Aunt Marjorie. Thank you. All right then, last one. Thanks very much for listening. I thought I'd do a song about a rite of passage that every young man goes through. I went through it about 10 years ago. Oh yes, a late developer. But yeah, it's what happens when you suddenly find in life, you start going to a garden centre, and it's the most exciting thing you do in the week. And this happened to me, as I said, about 10 years ago. And I went into a garden centre, and I wasn't looking forward to it. And suddenly there was an epiphany, which was there was a topiary life-size dolphin as you went in, with a hose pipe at one end of the dolphin and a beautiful fountain of water coming out of its mouth, landed in a bucket, and by the magic of solar power, it was being recycled. And I said, that's amazing, we should buy it. And basis of great relationships are you're diametrically opposed on so many things. And obviously, after a brief discussion, we weren't buying it. And we carried on around. This is a true story, actually. If you're watching at home, Lou, yes, I am telling it again, because I've never quite got over it. Anyway, we ambled around the garden centre. I was pushing a trolley and compost and pansies and all the rest of it. And we got to the cash desk. And like I said, I was a boy of 40 and my bottom lip was down, and technical term was having a gob on, and a compromise was reached, which was, you can have the dolphin if you ever write a #1 song. And as I said, it hasn't been a fantastic career as a songwriter, so she was blessed, it was on safe ground. I've never written one before, I've never written one since, but I co-wrote this with a friend of mine, and by some miracle, it went to the top of the charts over here and other places around the world. And when the chart came in, I punched the air and thought, this is the ticket. Forget Simon Cowell 10 years before. This is the golden ticket. And I ran to the garden centre. And there was an empty space. That's showbiz, bitter and sweet. Thank you very much for listening. This is called I Wish I Was a Punk Rocker, with Flowers in My Hair. When the head of state didn't play guitar, not everybody drove a car when music really mattered, when radio was king, when accountants didn't have control in the media, couldn't buy your soul when computers were still scary, we didn't know everything. I wish I was a punk rocker with flowers in my hair. In 77 and 69, revolution was in the air. I was born too late in a world that doesn't care. I wish I was a punk rocker with flowers in my hair. When pop stars still remained a myth, ignorance could still be bliss. God save the Queen, she turned a whiter shade of pale. And my mum and dad were in their teens, anarchy was still a dream. The only way to stay in touch is a letter in the mail. And I wish I was a punk rocker with flowers in my hair. In 77 and 69, revolution was in the air. I was born too late in a world that doesn't care. I wish I was a punk rocker with flowers in my hair. When record shops were still on top, vinyl was all they stocked. The super info highway was drifting out in space. Kids were wearing hand-me-downs, playing games meant kick-arounds. Footballers still had long hair, dirt on their face. And I wish I was a punk rocker with flowers in my hair. In 77 and 69, revolution was in the air. I was born too late in a world that doesn't care. I wish I was a punk rocker with flowers in my hair. I was born too late in a world that doesn't care. Oh, I wish I was a punk rocker with flowers in my hair. Thank you.